So we just got to the Black Forest Trail, and we got a little bit of a late start today just because Axel decided to sleep in. There's my co-pilot back there. And so he slept in, ate breakfast. So we just got to the Black Forest Trail. It's about 11, so it's a little later, but we got kind of a late start. Axel decided to sleep in, and then he ate breakfast, and then we got ready. It's about 80 degrees, so it's a little hotter also than I was planning on, but hopefully we just get a good sweat and nobody gets a sunburn. I pre-sunscreened him and I, so hopefully, fingers crossed that the hike's good and we don't get sunburn and we don't turn into just ridiculously hot temperatures. Usually the Black Forest Trail is pretty much in the trees. There's like 2 sections that are kind of out in the sun, but other than that, everything's pretty much well under tree cover, which is why I hike this a lot with him. Just because I think it makes it nicer if he doesn't like to wear his hat, which he never does, then it makes my life a lot easier because I'm not worried about him turning into a lobster because he's so freaking sunburned. So, yeah, we'll pick you guys back up on the trail. All right. So this is our setup. Axel with his hat that he never leaves on, and got his backpack, and everybody has water, and we'll see. It'll probably take him to the beginning of the trail before the hat is off, but we will work on it. So we're almost at half a mile, and this is one of the sections that doesn't have a lot of trees, which is why I usually end up going this way. As you can tell, I'm super out of breath already. This trail, for only being 4 miles, kicks my butt every time, and I keep thinking it's gonna get easier. It doesn't seem to. So I'll come back and show you guys the hill where it really just kicks my butt every single time I get to the top and think, isn't that supposed to get easier? So be back shortly. This is by one of the schools. It's right by the road, but not a lot of tree cover. So just once we get past this, it's pretty much in the shade until we get to the other side of the trail where there's a section that's not totally shaded. So this school, I think, is one of the cutest schools ever. It's called School in the Woods, and it's literally, they basically built a school into all these trees over here, and it looks really neat. I don't know, I don't think you're really allowed to go wander in there, but if we could, I would. Axel, what are you doing, buddy? You just hanging out? So we made it about a mile, and there's about a bench every mile or so, give or take. It is way hotter than when I've ever done this trail before, so we decided to take a break, drink some water, use some oranges. Axel's not a big fan of the backpack, especially when it's hot, so basically I give him a break and let him kind of relax, and right now he's crawling on a bench, which apparently is exciting. So yeah, hopefully we pick up a wind. The only time we've had wind right now is when we were in this spot that didn't have any trees, so it was just really hot and then windy. So, you know, you gotta take, I guess, what you can get. So besides the fact that this is usually one of my favorite trails because it's a loop, it's got great parking, it's a ton of shade, and there's a ton of things to see, lots of birds, lots of other people, lots of babies. I mean, this is the background. I mean, this is what you're all around, which, I mean, I feel like you just don't get a better view. And there's cars coming by sometimes, but really, I mean, it's beautiful, it's calm. Every now and then there's a breeze, not traditionally, but I think it is definitely one of my favorite spots that I've found, especially when you have the little one with you. So definitely come check it out if you're in the area. And if not, I mean, It's a 4-mile loop that's great and really close to Colorado Springs. So if you're down here visiting, I would definitely come look at it, come see what it's all about, and I'll show you guys the rest of my pictures. So this is the second part of the trail that doesn't have a ton of tree coverage. It's kind of just open, which isn't bad. It's just, you know, you try to avoid those spots when it's the hottest. But other than that, okay, so we just finished the Black Forest hike. It's about a 4-mile round trip hike. It's dropped quite a bit since we started as far as temperature goes. So it was, the last part of the hike was actually really nice. The beginning part, I was really worried that I was just gonna melt. We did stop, we took a little break, let Axel get out and kind of wander around. He really does well in the backpack until about an hour, and then after an hour it's done. There's no more. So towards the end of this hike, he got really frustrated and kind of cranky with me. So it's a good hike because you can really do it in an hour if you kind of push a little bit, and then it's really not bad. Sorry, my hair, I had my hat on, so now my hair is beautiful. Getting my hair done in August, and I can't wait because it's just kind of, it was purple, and then, you know, first I think it was dark, and then it was purple, and then at one point it was a mohawk, and then the mohawk was growing out. My goodness. So now he's back there drinking water, eating a snack. I'm drinking some water. We're gonna head home, put him down for a nap, make sure that I'm good to go because I do have to work tonight. But other than that, like I said, if you guys are in the area, it's definitely a cool hike to check out. It's got great parking. I mean, you could bring, there's people who bring horses here, so they have their full horse trailers, and it doesn't seem like anybody ever has an issue parking, which I think is a really nice thing for a nice trail, is to be able to not have to park like on the side of a highway or on the side of, I mean, even, you know, up on a hill or something like that. So hopefully you guys had fun, and yeah, if you have any hiking ideas for me, definitely let me know. Like I said, a lot of my stuff, I like it to be shaded so that if Axel's in the carrier and he takes his hat off, I'm not worried about him just being in direct sun and just being super hot. So yeah, definitely let me know.